Hi, and welcome to today's segment. We're going to be giving a tutorial video on beatboxing and different aspects of beatboxing, two different perspectives. Basically, we're going to be going through bass, snare, and kick. And yeah, that's what today's tutorial is going to consist of. Up first is
My name's Isaac Benso, and I come from Puerto Rico. I've been here a lot of my life, and well, this is a tutorial for beatboxing. So, to start off this tutorial, we're going to be going with the bass. Um, bass, the bass beat is pretty much just the the main beat that you would pretty much use in every rhythm of beatboxing. It's just you would close your mouth and
he's trying to do this.
you would close your mouth and breathe outwards. The way that I'm explaining it might sound a bit weird, but if you do it and after a while, you'll start to get the hang of it. It's pretty much just, and that's my piece right now.
Hey, my name is Henrique Madera, and I come from Portugal. I've been here most of my life, and basically how I do bass is I tighten up my lips a little bit, and then I kind of spit air outwards, and as I'm doing that, I relax them, and that would basically give the sound of you going. And how you do this, you can also tighten up the outer part of your lip, like the corners, and that would basically amplify the sound a little bit more. And that's basically it.
Alright, the next piece of this tutorial is the kick. The kick is essentially what comes after the bass. So, you know what I mean. It's the kick is just you would
Give an example.
hard to explain this. No, that's the snare. Alright, the kick is what you would do is kind of suck in while like you would use your tongue in this way too. You would suck in, and while you're sucking in, try to put your tongue on top of either on top or on the side of your upper mouth, so it would come out. You can do this with your mouth open and your mouth closed, as I just demonstrated, and you can use it in a variety of patterns that would make any beat sound amazing.
Alright. So my explanation of the kick would be kind of the same thing as the other one. Only it wouldn't have to do so much with the lips. It would come from more of the corner of your mouth, and you would be kind of tightening up everything else, like focus on one side of your mouth, and just close that off. And essentially from there, you would just kind of you would make the K sound essentially. So it would sound like this. So it would be coming from this side of your mouth. You can open it up, you can try to close it. It would give it different sounds. You could try it with your mouth closed, and that's basically it.
The next piece of this tutorial will be the snare. The snare is the snare. It's it's just kind of like saying T, but holding it out and then using the S at the end. So and yeah, you can play with it a bit. You can change the sound of it if you know how. So really, all you have to do is play with it, because once you start playing with it, you will get the hang. So an example of it in a pattern would be
Alright, so the snare, or at least how I do it, would be there's multiple ways of doing it. Right? I'll tell you about two ways. And those two ways would be you just doing it just basically simple as he showed you. It would just be you producing the T sound. And it would just sound like tss, tss. Now if you want to make it sound a little bit more complicated, you would have tss and then a sh sound to it. So it would sound like this. And I could basically add that to any beat and it would sound nice. And how you would do this sound you would close your teeth and you, like I said before, you would produce the T sound and then the sh sound, and you add that together and it would make the sound sh.
these are the fundamentals of beatboxing. Now, after you learn all that, you would want to learn dubstep. Now, dubstep is not an entirely different thing, but you do need a different set of skills. For dubstep, you would have to use throat. So it's if you don't know what your throat is, it's the little piece right here between your head and your body. And to use throat, you would close your lips, right? And you would just kind of growl. And while growling, you would have the urge to breathe out, but don't. Just let it flow. So it would kind of sound like this. And this could be used in a variety of patterns that would make it sound pretty cool. And a pattern that is normally used is I got somewhere to look.
Of all places. Alright. So my explanation of how to do how to do dubstep.
Essentially with a slow pace.
It's essentially how he explained it. Only I usually grunt, or you could do it the same way that he does it. But it all depends on the type of feel that you want to produce through your dubstep. So what I mean when I say grunt, you kind of go, and if you can do that, then you can do dubstep. You would just go, only hold that out and just hold it in your throat. So it would sound a little like this. And types of beats that you can produce with this, you can basically mix it into anything. I mean, come on, it's dubstep really. You could essentially mix it into anything, as I said. And an explanation, or rather an example of this, would be there you go.
Now to wrap up today's tutorial on dubstep, we're going to have a little dubstep and beatboxing piece for you, and hope you guys enjoy.
Okay. So, here we go. Break it down now.
And that concludes today's tutorial on dubstep and beatboxing. Thank you.